It's been a while since I've worked on this, so for anyone out of the loop, I started building a full-scale 2-player pinball machine. Where I lived before, I was just building it on the ground of my garage. I was planning on continuing the build on this table, but then I had a realization.
This table's not gonna work, so let's build a real one.
This won't be my main workbench. It's purely going to be a table for the pinball machine, which means it can't wobble, so it has to be kind of heavy duty. In addition to being the pinball tabletop, I also want it to double as storage for the machine, so I can drop it underneath when it's not in use. I took some measurements and got to work. I cut up a bunch of 2x4s to build the frame. The important things for the size of this is to make sure the entire pinball machine can fit underneath, and that it doesn't affect gameplay. I laid the cut studs on the ground and started assembling. The tabletop measures 82 inches long and 36 inches wide. I installed the legs upside down, using a clamp to hold each leg tight in the corner while screwing it in. I made sure it was flush at the bottom. I flipped it over and added a few more screws to really lock in the leg position. There won't be short side cross bracing, so anything I can do to solidify the legs is worth doing. Now it's time to make the frame for the storage at the bottom of the table. I cut and assembled another rectangle to fit inside the legs. I added a few mid-table supports. The bottom surface will be thin 1/4-inch plywood, so I added 2 down there. In order to support the panels on the long sides, I added some blocking to match the surface of the top and bottom with the side legs. I cut the first piece of 1/4-inch plywood to fit the floor of the storage area. The inside cavity to store the pinball machine is 30 inches wide and 79 inches long. The space is high enough to hold the machine, plus a few extra inches in case I add anything to the playing surface that makes it taller. The paneling for the sides are also made out of 1/4-inch plywood. Each side is just under 24 inches tall, so I was able to cut both sides from the same sheet. While these panels aren't thick, they do add quite a bit of sturdiness to the table to keep it from wobbling. I pulled out the last full sheet of 3/4-inch plywood from my stock. I got this sheet back when I first started building the pinball machine a few years ago. It's finally getting cut up to use as a tabletop. With the tabletop surface locked in place, I transferred the machine over to see how it looked on its new home. This will all get painted to match the theme of the machine, which may shift a bit from the original plan. I was first building this during the final season of Game of Thrones, but that's been done for a bit, and I may shift the direction away from Fire and Ice. TBD. I have a bunch of red and blue parts already, so if you have a suggestion for a new theme to match these colors, let me know. I read all comments. It looks good on the table, but now I need to test how it fits in its storage spot.
Cool. What do you think? Good? Is it good? Oh, okay, boy.
Last step is to make this table mobile. I have casters from Rockler that will work great for this situation. There are brackets that attach to the side of a surface that allow you to remove the casters when not in use. I added brackets and casters to all 4 corners, and now I can move the table anywhere in the workshop. Now that the pinball machine has a home, I can actually get back to work on it, and that's what I'll be doing next. I'll be working on the machine pretty frequently over the next few weeks or months, however long it takes until it's done. I just have to be cautious because I'm limited on what kind of materials I can get at the moment. You know, because the thing. Trying to promote general welfare. Overall, I'm pretty stoked to get back to work on this thing. It's gonna be so cool when it's done. Okay, that's it for now. See ya.
Hey, sit. Good boy. Touch. Hop. Good. Sit. Wait. Okay. Oh, good boy. Good. Hop. Is that the right measurement? Hold it. Wait, no. Okay. Good boy.